hate the way it makes me do it sideways. Like I have to do it sideways. Anyway, good morning. What is today? Wednesday. Wednesday, June 30th. So good morning, Wednesday, June 30th. I'm outside today. We're having like a heat wave, everybody. We know it's a big fucking heat wave in the country. And so I thought I'd come outside now. We're apparently going to get thunderstorms later, so. Trying to light incense. It's not cooperating. My coffee wasn't cooperating today. My incense isn't cooperating today. There we go. Hi, good morning. Can I see comments? Okay. Yeah, I was a little disheveled this morning. Hey, Dana, how are you? I was a little late. Hi, girl. Hi, Ronnie. I'm good. I'm just trying to get this incense to stay lit. I feel okay today. After the shot, that's why I didn't do a live on Monday because of the shot. It's a beautiful morning, but you can already feel it's going to be a hot one. Yeah, it's a hot one today, apparently. See, I don't like the camera to the side because the camera lens is over here. It's annoying, right? It's very annoying. Maybe if I sat different. Maybe if I faced this way. I don't know. Now you see my ugly shed. Who wants to see the ugly shed? All right, maybe that's better. Yeah, I know. It's like a nightmare this week. There was somebody on the Dick Talk, and he was talking about a new like heat index. Like he called it I don't know, it was like a wet bulb effect. You know how we say like the heat is such and such, but it feels like whatever, or like the wind chill factor, like they add something to it. And he was talking about he called it a wet bulb effect. And he explained what that meant in scientific fucking terms. But really what it just meant is like at what temperature your brain bleeds at. That's a temperature we should be watching for. Oh, okay. like there's this new way to gauge just how fucking hot it is. And I hear it's terrible. Like shit's buckling. Where are you? You just said my mom is in Oregon dealing with 100+, thinking about canceling your trip to see her. Your poor mom, she's out there dying in 100-degree weather, and you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna visit her. She's on her fucking own. Nah, I'm not going out there. I'm sorry. That just made me laugh. Yeah, I'm canceling my trip. She can go fuck herself. I'm kidding. Obviously, I'm kidding. Because that's be like, no, dude, it's too hot out there. I can't do that. Oh, it's funny. So anyway, yeah, this guy was talking about, the heat index and all of this craziness. And he says, like, pavement's buckling. Like, is your mom where pavement is buckling? Because, no, you don't want to go where pavement's buckling, right? It's terrible. It's terrible at the moment. Yes, it is a beautiful morning. I will say that. I think I'm going to be hopping right in the tub as soon as I'm done here. Hey, good morning. Animal Hero. Good morning. How are you? Good morning, Amber. So what is today? It's Wednesday, right? So Monday I wasn't here. I had the COVID Hey, Tracy, la la la. Okay, yeah, I'm like animal hero. You know, it's usually my people here at 8 o'clock in the morning, so I figured it was my people. Had the second COVID shot on Sunday. So Monday, I was like just too tired. Hey, Brianna. Brianna's like, I made it. Good morning. Yeah, I was just so tired, you know. I couldn't really keep my eyes open, and so. And then yesterday I just relaxed again too. I didn't do too much, but I did realize I'm still shadow banned on TikTok. So, anywho, it's like, but there's like big things happening. Like big creators are getting axed. Yeah, I'm shadow banned. I can go live, but my lives are, I get 20 people and like no one's getting my like notification, or I'm not on FYP or whatever that, you know, fucking shenanigans is. And I get, you know, 200 views on my videos where you used to, I mean, it's just noticeably less traffic, less energy, less any of it, right? But then, you know, with less means less bad too, like less good, but also less bad, which is, again, you know, it's like you got to take it how you get it. But I'm definitely still banned. But there's this thing going on. There was a boycott. I'm assuming, because again, like I don't have all the information. Hella Girl, right? I don't know if any of you follow her. She's also on YouTube. She's moved over here because of the shenanigans. And I think it had to do with Black creators boycotting, I think, because she said it was a very short video, and then she says this is retaliation for the boycott. So then I Googled what the boycott was. I didn't know that, you know, it must not have come across my page at all, so I didn't know. But she said 5 other creators their accounts have been banned. Not even just listen, I don't make any money on TikTok. Like, I'm small potatoes. I enjoy it. It is a way for me to create business. But they make money at it. These people are creators. This is what they do, right? You know, so it's part of their livelihood. And she showed where the suspension said she's lost access to her creator fund. It's not like me to just I can't do videos or nobody's seeing them or whatever. They've actually denied her access to her money at the moment because they're banning her for whatever community standard bullshit they're violating her for. It's a witch hunt. Yes. It has to do with Black creators not getting credit. And yeah. So it seems illegal. No, I mean, I'm sure it's not. Listen, TikTok's a machine. Machines have lawyers. There's no way what they're doing is illegal, okay? What they'll say is she violated community standards. And in the agreement that she signed as a creator, because we all sign like an agreement as a creator that you will follow the guidelines, they will say she didn't follow the guidelines. Here was her violation, and therefore she loses access. Like that's her, she agreed to that. That's what they'll say. So that's why she's laughing about it. I know. It's like, but it's such a machine. Charles, right. It's such a machine. There's no way everyone's leaving TikTok. There's no way. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to work in the confines of what we have. And so I think they tried that, and now TikTok is banning them. So everybody's moving over here, but I don't, you know, the answer is bigger than that, I think. But yes, I don't know how you get everybody to not go over there. But Canada had that new bill in regards to internet media crap. Yeah, but this is an agreement, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is an agreement that we all, like I said, as a creator, we sign that says we agree to their community standards. Now, they can say they don't want you to wear purple on Tuesdays. That's their community standard. And you agreed to that. You agreed to not wear purple on Tuesdays. It says so in the community standards. And then you went and wore purple on Tuesday. You violated community standards. And by the agreement that and you may think it's ridiculous. Doesn't matter. I have violated community standards for Facebook. You can't have an occult business on Facebook. And you just all went, what? There's tons of occult businesses on Facebook. Yes, I know. But if you violate their standards by what they like, they then invoke that clause and say, oh, but you're violated community standards. You have an occult business. You can't advertise anymore. What is happening back there? There's a lot of shenanigans up there. Hi. Hello. I'm trying to talk to the YouTube people. Yeah, that's too noisy. Honestly, do you hear all that racket? It's like, I'm sorry, I'm talking to people here. Shh, trying to have a YouTube thing. Stop. Hey, good morning. You're driving. Ryan is driving, he says. TikTok is Chinese, I think, Ronnie. Oh, like as a corporation? Yeah. I don't know, I think it's just getting ugly everywhere. Do you know what I mean? And I think you'll find this everywhere, in every genre. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel my hair is untying here. Sorry. Like, I feel like it's going to happen in all the genres, in all the places. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I feel like is going to happen. It's just going to be in all the places. Yeah, it's going to get worse before it gets better. I'm trying to figure out what my preemptive strike is about that. I'm not sure what that is. What's my plan B when it all goes to shit, right? Not sure. So I was started to say that, I had the dreaded shot, and so I've just been relaxing, and I wanted to get back to witchcraft, right? That's what I do. So it's like, I don't really want to talk about, TikTok and shenanigans anymore. I think what you invest your energy in grows, right? That's what we're always talking about. It's what I'm always talking about. And as of late, I've been focused on lots of things that are not moving my life forward, both personal and business. Getting back to the business of witchcraft, right? That's what we're talking about. And so today I was actually, being the time of year that it is, we just celebrated the solstice, and I feel like we're still in solstice territory, right? What's solstice territory? It's about the yummy sun. So today, it's like celebrating the sun, right? Celebrating the time that the sun is at its height. So celebrating being outside and having abundance and having good things. So you do that. So then it's like more of that. The universe goes, oh, we like that, more of that. So today I'm going to be putting out all my outside things. Like, all my outside things are still in this bin right here, They're in the big bin, and I haven't taken any of them out. So I'm going to take them out today, and I'm going to, after I get out of here, and I always hit the table, and start getting all of this stuff out into the world here, so that when I'm out here, I'm enjoying it and stuff, That's my summer solstice celebration. That's my ritual around solstice. I'm very late this year because of all of the personal shenanigans. And so I'm still going to do it. It was almost like a thing I wanted to make a point of today. Like, it's not too late. I think when people fall off the spiritual horse, that there's this timing for everything. I got to do this on this time, this on this time, this full moon, this waning moon, there's all this timing for everything. We have them to mark time. Yes, that's what they are. To me, it's a season. So solstice right now is a season. I have time. I'm in solstice. I'm going to do my thing. I may be very late. I may be, what am I? Like I don't know, 10 days late. I don't care. Today I'm going to do my thing, and I'm going to honor the sun gods my way today, even though it's late, because I think everybody doesn't matter. When you pick up your spiritual practice and you get into your ritual, I think people fall off the horse and then they go, oh, I have a hard time getting back on. And then they just let it lapse. It's okay. Just pick it right back up again, right? It's okay. That's what I wanted everybody to know. I wanted everybody to, if they didn't do anything for solstice, to know that you can do things for solstice. And then I wanted to look forward to what would be considered one of the cross holidays, which is Lunasa. People pronounce it all different ways. It's spelt very long. It's a very long word. Lugnassaghngh, something like that. Anyway, I'm trying to see it in my head. It's spelled not like it sounds. And it has to do with the god Lu, and it's a harvest festival. So you could look forward to that August 1st and what that means, and sort of maybe plan something for that, and a little, I go to New Orleans, so I'm celebrating there. But it's nice to look forward to the next one. We'll be doing that in the mentorship program. Always celebrating, or honoring is a better word. Celebrate sort of seems like a holiday to me. It's more like honoring or marking, right? So we'll mark all of the holidays in the mentorship program. But you look forward to the next one. You're always on the next one and preparing, I guess is the word I'm looking for, right? Charles says, I'm melting. It must be hot where you are, Charles. Yes? It must be hot. Rachel says, good morning. Hey, good morning. Hi, Rachel. Jesse says, good morning. Oh, we're back. I just went back in the comments. We're back to the birds. At least they got quiet, right? Oh, jackasses. So, and that's and again, oh, yes, ma'am, Alabama's always hot. I absolutely cannot wait for September. Yeah. Well, I don't like rushing the summer. Hey, Christine. I don't like rushing the summer, but I do like talking about the mentorship program, and I do like talking about the Wheel of the Year. And I do know that that's a modern construct. We were talking about that the other day. I said that on TikTok. I said, the Wheel of the Year, the witch's Wheel of the Year, is a modern construct with ancient roots. Like it's borrowed, most of it, from ancient things, but it's a modern construct. Hey, Casey Lynn. Yeah, Brianna. Yeah, there's still open spaces. Yes. You have till, at the moment, you still have till August 15th to sign up for the mentorship program. I haven't closed it. Maybe I should call it registration. Registration for the mentorship program ends, August 15th. That's what we'll be doing. It is a modern construct thanks to Gerald Gardner. And I don't know if I talked about that here. Maybe it was, I think it might have been, hey, Leah. Leah, I think, is in the mentorship program, right? Are you in the mentorship program? Oh, I think maybe you joined Tower Chronicles. I just saw your name crawl across my feed this morning, right? Maybe it's Tower Chronicles. I might not always, back to the Wheel of the Year. I know we're having coffee and we're all like da. While I'm not married to the idea of the Wheel of the Year as a witch, I do like the idea of the ritual of it. Oh, my little succulent has beautiful flowers. Beautiful flowers. I kill everything except for this flower. He loves me. Yeah, he loves the dark. That's why he loves me. He loves the dark. Yeah, that's why. We had to put him right in a fucking... Yeah, I know, squirrel. I know. I'm not married to the idea of the Wheel of the Year, but I like the ritual aspect of it. I like that it keeps you on track. That's what I like about it. So I pay attention mainly to the equinoxes and the solstices, which are like this in the year. If you did the year in a circle, you'd have the two, the high point of the sun and the low point of the sun. So you'd have the two solstices. And then you'd have the two equinoxes, the fall and the spring. The other, what they call the cross quarters, which are the 4 other holidays that they sort of put in there to mark time at the 6-week mark in between the 2 quarters, or all 4 of the quarters. There are other, like I said, there are holidays or celebrations or calendar markings from ancient festivals by the Celts. And so those, I don't know if I always pay a lot of attention to those. Do you know what I mean? They're there. I like marking them, like this one coming up in August, Lunasa. So I like it more for the ritual aspect and the marking of time. I think what it means to you will evolve as you grow as a witch. You know, Imbolc is in February. It's the first Sabbath I celebrated as a witch. I like it. You know what I mean? I've learned a lot about it. I pay a lot of attention to it, but because it was the first one that I like openly celebrated, like in my house, like I had an altar set up. It's fucking a million years ago. Like, you know, I did a thing for it, you know? So it was the first one I celebrated. So it's special to me. Like, I love that holiday, or, you know, that Sabbath. I like that Sabbath. But like this August holiday, this one gets a little lost, or the one in September, not September, I'm trying to get it back around. Like, it gets a little lost, you know, sometimes. I like the marking of time. I like the ritual. I like that you don't fall off the wagon if you're following this wheel and you stay on track. It keeps you honest, right? You may develop your own style about it. You may pick a different flavor of witchcraft, and they have a different marking of time. There was, you know, you used to add a whole month. You know, the ancient people on this earth, you know, they used to add to fix the calendar, you know, with the time. They would add an entire month. We need to add a month here. At some point in the calendar, we added like 113 years. We just like added time or something at some point. We just jumped. We figured it out. Like some mathematician went, oh, we're in the wrong time. So these time things also, like marking of time, older festivals might have been for different things, you know, or they're so you got to make them modern. It's 2021. While I love tradition and I love the fact that they have ancient roots, it's 2021. It's a marking of time. It's celebratory. It's to mark passage of time in your life, you know, taking stock of things. What do I need to look forward to? Right now it would be a harvest. So what am I reaping right now? What am I gaining? Where's my abundance coming from? You know, there's that little hummingbird. See her? She's right there. See her? There she goes. There she goes. Was never excited about holidays as taught by Muggles. I'm looking forward to learning. Oh, holidays, or do we call them holidays? I don't like to call them holidays, right? I mean, we do celebrate, but it is more about a marking of time, you know, and some of them, yes, are very celebratory. Yule is very celebratory. You know, I tried to take my Yule celebration, winter solstice. So I take winter solstice and I add a little bit of Christmas, a little bit of Hanukkah, a little bit of pagan. We have our winter solstice celebration. I try to honor everything. I took my ancient roots in it, you know, this is a Sicilian little tradition or an Italian tradition. Like I tell a story, like we do our own thing. There's a lot going on these, but that's a big one for us is winter solstice. Summer solstice is a big one for me too. Like I didn't do much this year, so I'm trying to pick that back up and get the fuck out of the funk. I think paying attention to your rituals and your marking of time gets you out of the funk sometimes too. Yeah, I put fruit out. Oh yeah, I'll put fruit over there. It's so funny. They're so funny. They're really used to the fact that your hummingbirds come back if they come back every year. So we were a little late this year. And my husband was inside, and he said a hummingbird like went right to the window like this, almost like, hi, there's no food out here yet. It's a little warm. We're needing some food. Hi, what's happening? And my husband's like, okay, let me get out there. I don't know, let me get out there. It's so funny. He's like Dr. Doolittle. We lived in like a duplex townhouse situation. And on our side, he had all these feeders set up, feeders, feeding all the rats in the fucking woods. And my brother had left his sunglasses at my house. He says, I'm going to pick them up. Can you put them on the front porch? Yes. Put them on the front porch. I leave for work. Hour later, my brother calls me. He says, what the fuck is happening at your house? It's like Wild fucking Kingdom over here. I know. I said, Dr. Doolittle feeds all the fucking cat. Oh, every rat, they're all out there. I know. They all come. It's ridiculous. And I was in the kitchen and I hear knocking. I have a picture. The squirrels would knock. The chipmunks would knock. My husband has a picture. He opened the slider and this chipmunk comes in like this. He has a picture of the chipmunk's nose, like where's the food? Dude, where's the food? Knocking. They would knock. I'm like, we're not feeding the rats anymore. They knock for food. I'm not feeding the rats. Stop it. I've had enough of the rats. I named all my birds. They all have big personalities. That's funny. That's funny, Jesse. Made a TikTok fly trap with honey for my deck. Woke to a swarm of bees. Yeah. You know what you use? So there's a lot better. You don't want to use honey because your fly traps, that's an indoor fly trap because that's a sticky fly trap, right? Outdoor, you want to deter. You don't want to attract to die because now you're attracting them to die. That honey thing you should have put far away from you, like maybe far away. Honey traps, back away, but not near you. Definitely farther away. You want to deter them. So if you make a spray, like a room spray or whatever, there's some essential oils like citronella. They don't usually like anything vodka. I put vodka in the spray because they don't like vodka. The best thing to do for flies, like I said, I think is to attract them somewhere else. That's really like the thing with them, Mint, I always have mint plants around. I mean, mint gets too much, but you have them. Oh, that's what I can do today. I can go to the nursery and buy my plants from the nursery. Oh, that's really good. That's a really good way. I got the truck. I'll go there and I'll do it. Oh, that's really good. It's really hot though. I don't know if I'm going to get to that. It's very hot today. Marigolds for deterrence. And you put marigolds. I learned in my gardening class that you plant marigolds with tomato plants because they're a deterrent and because they don't take away from the tomatoes. I learned that. See, I learned something. I don't just hate all of it. I learned something. You saw me learn something. There, I just told you. Look at me. I'm like a gardening expert now. No, seriously. Rachel says, the flies are horrible this year. You know what's horrible this year? The Japanese beetles. Like ridiculous. We were in the pool last night because we had to go deal with my parents again last night. It seems to be an everyday occurrence now. Yeah. Anywho, we all came back here, the four of us, the four adults, and jumped in the fucking pool because we were dying. I was going to get in my tub. That's why I opened my tub. I was going to get in my tub because I usually keep the tub really cool now at this point. Yes, earwigs are bad too this year. Yes, I noticed so many of them. So I took the top off because I want it to get cooler. Because if you keep the top on it, no matter what the temperature is, if it's hot outside, it's hot in there. No matter what the temperature is inside, if it's hot outside, it's the same temperature in there. So I had to take it, I had to open it up because otherwise it's gonna boil. It's literally gonna boil. So it's super hot. Let's see. Everybody's gonna talk about bugs now. Ugh. Oh, wait, Rachel, see, I'm glad I informed somebody of something about tomato plants, Rachel. I'm so glad I could help you. I'm so glad I could help. Oh, God. I didn't do a garden this year either. I didn't. Because like I said, there's a lot going on with my parents. So, like, it's just a full-time job. So I did nothing back here. Nothing. My pool, right. So when I got home, that was my squirrel. So when we got home, I was going to go in this because I just want to sit with bubbles and a cocktail. You know what I'm saying? And it was 102 unnecessary after, yesterday was, I think it was still 102 and got home, like not necessary. So my sister-in-law was in the pool and they know I hate cold water. Like they know it. So she says, it's really nice. She's like, I swear it's really nice. Don't worry about it. She goes, I got right in. I'm like, okay, we'll see. It was 92 degrees in the pool. So it was perfect. But it's a little bit more back by the woods. Japanese beetles. Like it was just, I felt like they were going to get in my hair and I was going to be living with them. And no, no. Cooperative gardening is wonderful. Love hearing what plants help others. Oh, plus save space saving. Yes. What's it called? Companion gardening is something that interests me as an herbalist, because usually plants that grow together for this reason, there's a reason why they grow together like naturally, you know. So it's good to have those systems like when you're growing them. Like wherever you see poison ivy, you usually see jewelweed, because jewelweed is the antidote for poison ivy. Do you know, like they grow together for a reason. So I find that fascinating. And there's an Italian herbalist that I had the privilege of seeing a video from through another herbalist. And she was talking about that in the world where she is. She's like, they're herbalists, you know, it's outside. What's growing outside is growing with whatever's growing. Like that's how we do it, you know. They don't force things from somewhere else. It's what's there. It's what's natural. It's what grows there, you know, normally. And that really interests me in the world. Like I like to know what's supposed to be here. What's supposed to be in this area? What are we supposed to grow? What grows naturally? What's the medicine? That's what I want to grow. Like that's what I want to be. I want to be in tune with. Like I want to have a good relationship with, you know, that's what I want for wherever I am. Good morning, Annie Katie. Yeah, but that's why around my lime and banana. Right, that's what we were talking about. They say to plant marigolds around your tomato plants because tomato plants are so susceptible to pests, and marigolds are a natural pest deterrent. And I know is calendula also, they're in the marigold family, but is calendula also a deterrent? I don't know the answer to that. Do you know what I mean? I'd have to look that up. And the reason I'm saying is because calendula specifically, to harvest calendula also is really great for your skin. So you'd have two harvests. Because I don't know what you do with marigolds afterwards. Can you use them also? And I gotta look that up. Do you know what I'm saying? But if you can plant calendula, if that's the same deterrent, then you can harvest the calendula and the heads of the flowers, dry them out and put them in oil and use it on your skin. It's really healing for your skin. And that's a really sun plant. Like that worships the sun. That's a great solstice plant. Yeah. I was saying, Bianca, what I was saying was how I actually learned something in gardening class. I actually learned something in gardening class. I was like, you plant your marigolds next to your tomato plants because they deter the pests. I was like, look at me. I learned something in gardening class. I retained something, even with the dog. Terrible. Terrible. So, but I like that you said you named all the birds and they have big personalities. I'm going to have to do that. I mean, we named the like woodchucks under the sheds. We have woodchucks under the head shed. They're always named Peaches, like always, the woodchucks. But so when there's two of them, like right now, they're Peaches and Herb. So we have so we always name them. I don't think they're as effective as other plants. Right. I didn't think that I don't think that they were as big of a deterrent. Yeah, you're right. So I don't know what I hit. If I reported you, Brianna, I didn't mean to. I don't know, something happened. I was trying to read the thing. I don't think I did. It's happening. Yeah, marigolds are a better deterrent, I guess. That's what I figured. I would assume they would say calendula. Like, because in gardening class, we planted both. And I would wonder, we planted the calendula across the yard. So I wonder why. Like if it's a deterrent, why wouldn't we plant them with the tomato plants? But that's probably why. I mean, it makes sense. Anyhow, marigolds next to your tomato plants. Yeah, face masks. Leah, yeah. That's funny. It's used in face masks because it's really healing for your skin. When we were a business, my partner and I, Evie Hart, we did an herbal class that was at home. So we would send you this huge box every month, and in the box would be 4 ounces of whatever herb of the month was, a jar to keep it in, recipes, all sorts of gadgets. Like it was like this care package. Anyway, and then we would have 2 online classes on Zoom every month. So you were in it for 6 months. In 1 month, we did calendula. And we specifically did, I'm going to give you the recipe because it was really good. It's really good. We did, it was a calendula and coffee serum for your face. So you extracted from coffee and calendula, and you used that on your face. And everybody loved that. Or you used calendula oil with coffee grinds as a exfoliant. So it's just in olive oil. You just take calendula and olive oil and suck out the goodness, and you strain it for like 6 weeks. And then coffee, same. So now you have like a coffee infusion and a calendula infusion, and you can mix the 2 together. You could do them together. I knew somebody's going to ask me that question, right? Somebody's going to go, why don't you put them in together and then do it, right? I don't know. I don't like it. Yes, you can. But I always think I might want it separately first. I may not want it all together. So that's why. Oh, wait, hang on. Animal Hero. We also learned how to grow garlic. We just learned this. I can grow garlic. You don't plant it until, did you hear that? I think that's the woodpecker, right? Did everybody hear that? That's like, I think that's the woodpecker. That, right? I think that's the woodpecker. See, I get sidetracked. Garlic. You plant it October. Yeah, I have people laugh at me, but I tell them I have a gigantic woodpecker back there. I swear to God, it's a woody woodpecker. It's gigantic. I'm like, it's gigantic redhead. I mean, but like redheaded woodpeckers are not that big. Do you hear that fucking thing? It sounds big. That's what I'm trying to get at. It's like a mutant. I've seen it. It's huge. No, that's what I'm getting at. He's just like a red-headed woodpecker, but he's like a mutant. He's not a normal sized red-headed woodpecker because I saw him jump. There's a dead tree back there. Yeah, he's huge. He's not like, I mean, normal. He's gigantic. I saw him jump up on one of the dead trees back there one day. I was like, oh, hi. Like, he was huge. No, you can't plant them in the spring. Okay. See, I learned this. I'm going to tell you. Can you imagine I learned something in fucking gardening? I'm going to tell somebody. You have to plant them in October. Okay? I do too, B. I love woodpeckers too. And he's yelling at me. So you plant them in October, right? And they said there's something about them freezing in the ground and getting, like being in the ground over the winter, because they planted them in the spring too, and it didn't work. So, right, 6 weeks before the frost, right, and they like being in the ground. So then in the spring, they say when the scapes come in, you don't let the scapes flower. You have to cut the scapes. Then that's when they get big. Because if they flower, they may not get as big as you want them. You have to cut the scapes off before they flower. As soon as they say, as soon as they skip, they tilt over. Because a plant is energetically is trying to flower, right? That's what its job is. So the energy is trying to flower, right? If you cut it before it actually does that flower and seed, now the energy goes back down into the bottom and it gives it this boost that it needs to make it big. They come in, but they're not, if you don't cut like I said, if you don't plant them at the right time and then they escape and then you don't cut the scapes, they're still not going to be right. I mean, they'll be small maybe, but they're still not going to be quite right. Same, kale's the same. You can't let it flower. Yes. Well, it's probably true of a lot of plants. If you let it flower, I mean, broccoli is a big flower. I mean, broccoli is a flower, and you are cutting the flower, and sometimes it does come again. Yes, and you can continuously harvest the scapes and saute them and eat them, and they're apparently very good. Yeah, you got to watch them. Yeah, most greens you shouldn't let flower. No, that's true. Most herbs, if they flower, you have to get rid of them. As soon as you start to see that, you have to pinch them, all your herbs. That I do know. I'm a guinea. We have herbs all over the damn place. And that is, my aunt, you got to pinch them. That's what she used to say. Ed Jen, you got to pinch them. I got to what? Pinch. You got to pinch them, she would say. Okay. You pinch the top. Okay, I'll pinch the top. I got it. Don't worry. Hey, Jen. Okay. That's my Aunt Mimi. And my impression of her is spot on. So don't tell me my impression of her. Don't get at me about my Italian impression, because everyone in my family tells me my impression of her is spot on. That's the way she talks. Harmony. Out of the blue, I see a comment that says they're pushing people to pay for views. Hang on a minute. I don't know when you wrote that, if you just wrote that, or if you're just catching up to us. Like, if you're catching up. What do you mean, on TikTok? Yeah. If you don't have tomatoes and don't have bees, you don't. No, I know, bees. Please, you have to save the bees. You have to save the bees. Sometimes you want the flowers, kids. It's okay. And the suckers. I know about the suckers. I'm not terrible. Listen, tomato plants also, it's in my blood. Even though tomatoes are not native to Italy, I think. I think it's South America. I think they brought them there. We definitely took them over. You have to admit. We definitely improved on the tomato situation. You have to admit. So I don't know what she's saying. If she's saying that, I'm wondering, is she watching? Did she go back and watch, and she's watching a different time? Because all of a sudden, there's a comment that says, I think they're trying to get people to pay for views. So I don't know what that's about. Was that about our TikTok conversation at the beginning? And that would piss me off. Like, you have to pay for views? What the fuck is wrong with you? Just do advertisements like everybody else, right? Just have ads. Rachel, I know a couple of people that don't like tomatoes, and I don't trust any of them. That's all I'm saying. It's not normal. It's not normal to not like tomatoes. What did the tomato do? Nothing. Yeah, totally random about butterflies and Gatorade. 100%. It's like saying you don't like cheese. Right. It's just my brain can't wrap my head around it. That's all. I just can't wrap my head around it. You know. I mean, Ronnie, would you like to throw me off a bit? Is that the thing? I get thrown off by the plant over there. I mean, I don't need any help from you in that, you know. I do that all. I'm fine getting myself off track all by myself. You know, I can do it all by myself. I don't need any help from you. Okay, it doesn't matter if the violation is revoked. It's still a strike. So many strikes and you're out. Harmony must be watching in not real time. And I'm still getting the comments. Oh, we didn't like the tomato conversation. Okay, Ronnie. I'm sorry. Oh, well, I get that. I do know people that have problems with, well, because tomatoes are nightshades. Like, I have a problem with tomatoes, but they're a nightshade. They're a nightshade. This is a nightshade. They're not, the nightshade potatoes, eggplant, they're a nightshade. So they cause inflammation. They can cause inflammation. You know, people are sort of surprised when they go through the nightshade family and what they find, and they're like, "Fuck, really? Yeah." You know, so I have a problem because I have arthritis and stuff, and now this digestive, you know, sensitivity since the gallbladder. So nightshades are not a thing. They're not happy to me. You know, I have to be careful. That's all. You just have to be careful. I always feel like it's cumulative stuff like that. You know, unless you're allergic, that's different. But, you know, like sensitivities or like it's like, you just have to be careful. Yeah, you got to limit your inflammatories. That's right. Right, Animal Hero. That's what I always tell people. You know, people come to me about, as an herbalist, when people come to you and you fill out this form, I make them fill out a packet like this. And then they're talking about the inflammation, or they have arthritis. They're here for arthritis. And I look at their diet, and I see that there's a lot of nightshades on there. A lot of nightshades. A lot of grains, right? Yes. Do I have to, is there herbs and things we can do and topicals we can apply? Of course. But the first thing I'm going to tell you to do is drink more water. And the second thing I'm going to tell you to do is stop eating certain foods. And you're going to have to find your triggers. And what people are like, wait a minute, I have to give up milk. I have to give up, I can't have alcohol. Like, all of a sudden, they don't want to give anything up. They don't want to change anything about their lifestyle. They just want to rub something on and miraculously have that be a thing. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yep, we're done here. I can't help you. Every year I go to the Renaissance Fair. Every year, the first thing I do is I buy a pear cider because I love it and it's delicious. And 20 minutes later, my neck hurts so bad because I have arthritis, and pear cider triggers it like nothing else. And then I take 2 Advil and I drink a lot of water. Every year. I don't drink pear cider. Yeah, and that's what it does. Of course, diet helps. Diet helps arthritis. Uh, um, Arthritis is inflammation. So if you reduce inflammation in your body, you will therefore reduce, by definition, you'll reduce the pain in your body. I've been trying to tell my mother she needs to utilize cannabis. I've been trying it, and she just wants, she thinks it's 1960 and she has to roll a joint. She's got to get high. And then I'm like, you're the type of person that doesn't understand cannabis as a medicinal. That you're the type of person that doesn't understand that. And so I can't help you when that's what you think. I can't help you. You don't want to change anything you're doing. You don't want to stop eating the foods that are harming you. You don't want to, then therefore me putting something on top is not going to help. Right. I couldn't walk. Mary Jane helped me walk again. Somebody has said they have MS. Right. And again, pear cider is fantastic. Yeah, I know. I love pear cider. I like apple cider. It's the sugar, right? It's just the sugar in it. It must be just really high in sugar. I will not pay to view TikTok. Right. So we're having 10 different, that's when that Charles Hinkle just wrote, I will not pay to view TikTok. So it's funny that we're talking about this and Charles wrote that. I'm confused. Oh, you developed a cannabis allergy. Well, that's terrible. There are other anti-inflammatories out there. There's others. So I don't know if you have an allergy to other ones, but there's, I am not a doctor, nor do I play one on TV. And if you start any herbal regimen at all, anywhere, the herbs act just like pharmaceuticals, and you should speak to your doctor before utilizing any herb, because it can act like a pharmaceutical. Because pharmaceuticals are imitations of herbs. Okay? So you don't do more, right? If you're taking an opioid, the reason it's called an opioid is because it's, from opium, it's like that. It's opium. It's like that. So heroin. So it's the same, it's the same. Anyway, skull cap, that reduces, ashwagandha is something everybody should take every day. There's gummies now for ashwagandha. That's like a warm hug every day on your system, brings that down. There's lots of things, there's lots of things you should cut out to reduce inflammation. Alcohol is the biggest offender of inflammation in your body. Huge. It's huge offender. Yeah. And I love cocktails. Listen, I love cocktails. It's a huge offender of inflammation in your body. Huge. Water, Leah. Water. Yeah. I say that. People get so pissed, Leah, when they come in and the first thing I tell them is about their water. And they're like, what am I paying you for? And they get so angry. You just tell me to drink water? But apparently you don't know you need to. I don't like water. I kid you not. Well, I don't like water. Listen, I don't like water. So I understand the sentiment, but I still drink seltzer. I drink 13 seltzers a day, and it's probably not good for me. But I drink the seltzer, which is water, and then I do drink water. Because you know why? You have to drink water. No, I don't like water, but you have to drink water. I don't like water. I don't know what to say to people. You came to the herbalist. I want to help I don't like water, Rachel. I don't like it. I don't like it. I know. She's like, how? I don't like it. Sometimes I can deal with it with a lot of ice and some herbs and maybe a cucumber. Then I can handle it. I know I don't like water. She's like, Bianca's laughing. Bianca, my whole chart, my whole birth chart is all fire. It's all fire. I don't know why I don't like water. I like being in the water. And vitamin D. Harmony Creates says confused. I don't know why. Right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Sorry, I was going back to read the comments. Well, okay, so think about vitamin D. Like, think about why we have a deficiency in vitamin D, because we wear so much sunscreen now, right? Like, we wear so much sunscreen and we don't get it anywhere else. Vitamin D is the one vitamin you can take that would stay in your system. You know, vitamins make your urine very expensive. People laugh at me when I say that. But there are certain vitamins you get the benefit of taking, like in a pill form. Vitamin D is one of them. And so everyone should take vitamin D. I take vitamin D because I don't produce it anymore. I think I don't produce vitamin D. Well, that explains water. Right, Rachel. Right. I have my... No, Charles, it's not. It's totally delayed. Now you just wrote, I wonder if that scrolled, it's delayed. I typed that 5 minutes ago. I know, it's weird. I'm a sun goddess and I have to wear sunscreen. I have had bad skin cancer. Yes, I know. Listen, my mother has a terrible thing on her face. Terrible. But my mother let it go for like 10 years. Like, I can't tell you how long. And they told her how lucky she is that it's the kind of skin cancer that doesn't spread to the rest of your body. So they're operating on her face in a few weeks. Yeah, it's not good. So, and I go to the dermatologist. I've been, it's not every 2 years that I go, but maybe every 4 years. I'm due again to go. I always go for go get checked because I'm a fair skinned person, I don't do the sun. I've gotten a convertible in the past 2 years, so there's been a lot more sun on my head. I try to wear a head wrap and stuff for it, but it's not always great. That's the one thing I don't play with. I had it when I was 19. Wow. The dermatologist said I'd never seen someone so young. Wow. Yeah, we're going to go have that cocktail, Charles. Italian Irish with green eyes. Yep. Tanning beds. I did use tanning beds for a minute, but not to get tan. It was always like I'm going on vacation and I burn. And if I don't, so I would go to a tanning bed for like a week before my vacation because I just couldn't, otherwise I couldn't be outside. I've had a few really bad burns in my life. Oh, I need to go get my charger. Oh, it's an hour. I guess maybe we're done. It's an hour. I didn't realize we were at an hour. My phone just told me that it's low power. So I guess it's time. So I'm going to get my outside together today. Thanks for the coffee, my loves, as usual. And so go look up what this time of year is. Like, go get your witch on with some summer solstice, late summer solstice things. That's what I'm going to do today. And maybe bring it forward to look up what Lunessa has. It's a harvest festival. So look up what that is. And see about what you can do. Maybe we'll talk about that. Like, what is it that I can do for Lunessa? Like, what do I think I could do for that? And we'll talk about that just for that time of year. What are we honoring for August? So we'll do that. And I will see you kids Friday. And you guys have a great day. I'm going to go see about the TikTok, see about the band. I do love being a little hemorrhoid in their system. I know the hour was fast. It was really fast. But, you know me. I'm going to go continue it over there. Just because. All right, kids. Peace.